vegan diet. This is something that probably needs no explanation. But do watch, for you might be surprised by a thing or two.
So that leaves us with two more, which I think is the vegan and the Mediterranean.
That's
so
right.
Tell us about those two diets.
So Anu, let's start with the vegan diet. So as the name suggests, it's a food which is completely plant-based. So there's nothing with animal, nothing. I mean, it could be eggs, it could be milk, and it could be meat. So it's basically 5 portions of vegetables and fruits or whatever you're including in your vegan diet. So you need to substitute a lot in this diet. So that's the big takeaway in the vegan diet. And incidentally, it's catching on, especially when now when I'm traveling abroad, a lot of people are switching over to vegan diet.
And there is a different motive. I think they're not switching on because it's a diet. I think they are switching on because it's more environmental friendly as per certain groups and certain studies. And certain studies say no, it's consumption which is causing the damage to the environment. But we won't go into that right now. So let's just stick to the vegan diet. What is it? The pros and cons. So right now you're saying the con is that you may not get the nutrients necessary, but we just have to be aware that we can substitute it from other sources.
Absolutely.
And what are the pros?
So the pros is high in fiber. And everything is natural because it's all plant-based. So it's very natural. You cannot store for a long time.
Easy on the digestion, I would assume.
Exactly, no constipation. And so it's basically it's very good for the system. But as you so rightly said, there needs to be a lot of substitution because iron, which you get from meat, you need to have a lot of green leafy vegetables, soya. And then you have calcium, which needs to get substituted rightly. And then you need your vitamin D. So where you have to spend a lot of time in the sun, which is a very rich and natural source of vitamin D. And then you have your other micro and macronutrients, including omega-3, 6, 9 fatty acids, B12, and a whole bunch of nutrients, which you need to be aware of and substitute it either through diet or through supplements.
Right.
Anu, I have spoken to you about so many varieties of diet. Let me hear about the vegan diet through your experiences.
Well, not from my experiences, because as I said, diet is something that I'm like completely anti, because for me diet means something else. But I do know a lot about vegan diets because it's really catching on across the globe, and a lot of people are catching on and turning vegan, not just for health reasons but also for environmental reasons. And as I understand it, is completely plant-based, and so there's no dependency on animal for anything, not meat, not for protein, not for milk, not for yogurt.
Not for honey too.
Oh, honey also, oh, no. Okay, no honey. All right, so no honey for vegan. That's a new one. That's a new learning for me. But I would say the pros are that it is probably good for the environment, probably good for the body because it's high fiber. And the cons would be that I think we need to be conscious about supplementing all the nutrients because naturally there will be lower iron, lower protein, etc. So I think we need to look at other sources. How did I do?
Absolutely, bang on. I'm impressed. So what are the substitutions? So you need to substitute your iron with green leafy vegetables, soya.
Yeah.
Have a lot of, there's no milk. So have your calcium supplements, and then vitamin D, spend a lot of time in the sun.
Yeah.
So otherwise you're good. You could once in a way follow vegan diet. Anu, you're good at this.
I am good at explaining what the vegan diet is. I don't think I'm going to be good at following the vegan diet.
So for all you vegans out there, make sure that you are getting the nutrition you need. That's really, really important. So dear friends, hope you found this series on diets informative, because Anu and I have had a lovely time curating this for you and hope it would be beneficial to all of you. Have a great, great day and a beautiful life ahead. Thank you very much.